Have you ever tried to learn a new piece of music and you just didn't know how to get started? Do you sometimes shy away from learning new pieces because you find that first step of getting going really hard? Are you perhaps taking a grade exam and you fear the sight reading component? If you answered yes to one or more of these questions, then this video is for you. Follow the steps I'm going to show you and you will be much more confident with new music, and you will realize that sight reading is not some kind of superpower that only some lucky people have. It is a skill that you can develop too. In this lesson, we will not only be thinking about what sight reading actually is, I shall also be giving you a template to follow with every new piece that you're going to be learning in future. I will give you examples that will make your playing much better, and it will make your learning new pieces much faster too. In this video, we will be going over 2 pieces of music, and I will show you the steps that you can take to learn to sight read these. So first of all, let's think about what sight reading actually is. And sight reading is the skill of playing a piece of music without having prepared it ahead of time. So you will learn to play a piece of music that you have never seen before, with the aim of getting it right in one go. Why is that a useful skill to have? Well, first of all, being able to sight read will make your learning much faster, because the strategies that you will learn in this video will help you unravel the secrets of new music better. It will also make you feel more confident in tackling new pieces without the help of a teacher, and that's exciting. So let's go ahead and let's get started. I'm going to take you through 5 steps, and I'm going to teach you these steps with the help of a piece of music that you may not know. And our first example is this piece. Try to resist playing it straight away. Let me talk you through so that we can learn and apply our sight reading steps together. So the first step in learning to sight read is that you need to play something that is easy for you, and that will be different for every individual, of course. The pieces that you learn to sight read should be easier than the current repertoire that you're playing. And if you find this piece too challenging, you may find yourself an easier piece to play, perhaps a piece with notes on only one string, or one with many open strings. The principle of sight reading is the same whether you play easy pieces or harder pieces. So if you need reminding of the notes on the G string, check out this video first. Step 2 is to check out the key signature of this piece. And let's have a look at the key signature of this piece, and you can perhaps see that it has one sharp in its key signature. It is an F sharp. Now if you look at the last note of this piece, you may find out that this is a G. The last note of your piece is always the key of the music that it is in. So this piece is written in the key of G major, and all pieces in the key of G major have one sharp for their key signature. Let's now play a G major scale, because the G major scale has all the notes that are used in this piece of music. So when I play a G major scale, it goes. And you may practice this scale and work out the finger pattern, and then you'll find out that the second fingers on the G and D strings are a space away from the first fingers, and on the A and E strings, first and second fingers are close together, and you'll play your finger pattern like this in the G major scale too. So now we'll look through the piece and we'll see that there are no accidentals at all. So every note in this piece will be played in the same way as you play the G major scale. That is a very good reason to learn to play scales, because you can apply all the knowledge that you learn in the scales in your pieces too. Our third step is to find out what the time signature in this piece is, and the time signature is 4/4 time. That means that there are 4 quarter notes in each measure of this piece. So let's count through this piece, because it gives me a clue as to how the rhythm is going to pan out in this piece. So when I'm counting 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 1 and 2, 3, 4, and so we carry on. If you want to learn more about how to count pieces, check out this video. Now, whilst we're thinking about the tempo of this piece, let's have a look at the words above this piece, and it says allegro energico, an energetic, fast style of playing. We're going to set that aside for now because when you are learning to sight read, you want to play slowly. But if I look towards the end of that piece, it says the letters RIT, and that is an abbreviation for ritenuto. And that means slow down the last measure of your piece. That is useful, and we can apply that straight away. Now, sometimes it helps to get to know more of this piece if you check out the title. We haven't got a title here, so we don't need to worry about it. Or you might check out who the composer is, and it will tell you more about the style of playing. We haven't got a composer here to deal with either, so let's keep things simple in this lesson. So now you're well prepared to have a go at playing this piece. So I know my finger pattern and I know how to count it. So we're going to go very slowly and have a go at playing this. I'm going to count myself in for 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. And you will perhaps find that when you first start to sight read, you might be able to get right a couple of bars, but not all of your piece. And that is totally normal, so don't despair when that happens. You will find that with experience, you will be able to play longer sections of your music. And you've made a great start today. Now, when you get a little bit more experienced as well, you might add louds and softs in your music, but in this instance, when we're first starting to do sight reading, it is absolutely fine if you focus just on the rhythm and just on the right notes. And I would say if you had to choose between those two, the rhythm and the notes, go for the rhythm and play just repeated notes if you like. If you can't keep up with reading the notes that quickly, the rhythm is slightly more important than the notes, and eventually you will find that there is a time when you can suddenly do it all together. But if you have to choose at this stage, go for the rhythm. Now I would like you to have a look at this piece. We will only practice sight reading a few measures, but you'll need the whole piece to get you going. So let's follow our template again. How is this piece for you? Is it easy or is it too difficult? It is slightly more difficult than your previous piece, but even if this looks challenging, stick with me for now and you may find that it isn't too bad. So we're going to apply our simple steps again that we know from last time. So let's check out the key signature of this piece. And my last note in this piece, and this is why you need the whole piece, is a D. And when we look at the key signature at the top of your piece, it has two sharps. The key of D major has 2 sharps for its key signature. So let's play a D major scale. And you want to try and remember how you placed your fingers to play this D major scale, because this piece will use all the notes of the D major scale and no others, because if you look through this piece, there are no accidentals. Next, let's have a look at your time signature, and the time signature in this piece says 3/4 time, and that means there are 3 quarter notes in each measure. So let's have a go at counting a section of this piece. I am covering up the title of this piece because I want us to discover what piece it is. Let's get counting. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 and 3 and 1, 2, 3. If you are wondering how to count a dotted rhythm, I have made a video about that. Check it out right here, and then you'll find this a lot easier. 1, 2 and 3 and 1, 2, 3. 1, 2 and 3 and 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1. We'll go up to here for now. So now we know which key our piece is in. We also know how to count the first section of this piece. So we want to just look through now to see if there are any other performance directions in this piece. Yes, there are, about halfway. Diminuendo, poco a poco. And then towards the end, just before the last bar, there is that ritenuto again. So we're slowing down right at the end. But in this lesson, we're not going to play all the way through to the end, but that would be your next step to take if this was your real sight reading piece. So now we're going to play the section that we have counted out, and we're going to put it all together. You may start to recognize which piece this is. Have a go and join in with me, playing your violin along, and let's see how far we can get. I'll count us in for 3. 1, 2, 3. And if you manage that, congratulations, you have already become a sight reader. That is awesome. So you have noticed that if you apply these steps to any piece that you play, you will gradually become an experienced sight reader. So I'd encourage you to grab any opportunity for a new piece and have a go. Thank you very much for watching, and best of luck with your sight reading.